Okay, ever wonder what the first 4 weeks of real estate consist of if you start in real estate? We've got Jazzy Josh. Stay tuned.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Boom.
The debut appearance from Jazzy
Wow.
Josh.
Good morning.
Jazzy
His
Josh,
name's not really
Is it-
Jazzy Josh though.
he's hit the airwaves. But seriously, like the first 4 weeks of real estate, Josh, like, mate, first of all, well done. You're a weapon. But I just wanted to sort of bring it on screen with, what your experiences are, the emotions, all that stuff that you actually have done. Big achievement. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. Look, in terms of let's week by week, the first week in, there's a lot of moving wheels, a lot of moving parts, so to speak, in the real estate world, as you find out early on. And it's busy, go. So, these days just fly past. You sort of look down at yourself at your computer at 7:30, 8 o'clock when you get in, and then before you know it, after running a few appointments here, there, it's 5:30, 6 o'clock. But it's been very fulfilling. And it really has that go-getter pace. It's exciting as much as it was daunting at the start. Like starting something new. After the first week, my engines were revving and ready to go.
Were you dreaming real estate when you go home?
Almost. I've got my past coming out of I guess being a mortgage broker and sort of a numbers more focused area. I think having the dream in front of you and seeing these properties as opposed to looking at it on a screen and just talking numbers. I feel like, being that physical touch, that sort of, definitely made it a bit more exciting for myself. And definitely enjoyed the journey so far.
Yeah, it's a cool way of putting it.
Now, Billy, you obviously, how long since you got into real estate?
It's been about 4 weeks or so now. 4 weeks.
And Billy,
4 weeks.
how long have you been in it for?
Progressing through the ranks for 5 years. I'd say full time, feeling like I've been doing it 3 years proper.
So it's been a while since I can wind back to 32 years to remember my first day. What made you get it? Why'd you go real estate, Josh? What made you go, oh yeah, okay, that's it, that's for me?
Look, you sort of look at the Sydney property market as itself. If you're looking at selling a product these days, it doesn't get quite as safe or anywhere as close as safe as what the Sydney property market is. As much as you do see tough times and a bit of cost of living, the prices on these assets are something that really brought me here, because at the end of the day, you can have all the skills and determination, but if you don't have a product that's worth selling, there's really it limits your success, I would say. So I think it was the whole idea of, this is a great product. We're in the best location in Australia in terms of selling real estate. Put my past experience, I've been in cars, been in numbers, finance, and I sort of thought, well, this is sort of the last thing I've tried, and it almost seems like the perfect fit for me.
Was it easy to transition in?
Look, I feel like yes and no. There's always going to be those areas where you're just going to know nothing, and it's only going to come with experience and having interaction with customers. So, if you have a good team, good support, like we do here at Novak, Mark's been great, giving me a lot of his time. Billy, he was with me on the first week, showed me around on the open homes, and every sort of process from making calls to logging your inquiries, whatever it may be. I think if it comes down and you pick a good destination, a good agency to come and practice as being a real estate agent, that is the key from it. But between being difficult or a good experience, and something that's worthwhile.
Mm. What was the thing that you thought where after like a week you're like, that's not how I thought it was going to be? Was it like the cut? Was it like the buyer or the seller, or was staff or Is there anything that you thought that was like, that's not what I thought?
Look, I did have a couple of friends in the industry before coming over, so I did have a rough idea. I sort of got a few of the outside the box stories before joining, because I would have listened to my mates. But look, one thing I was definitely not ready for was that those 20-minute intervals over on the open homes on a Saturday. The Northern Beaches, as you can imagine, and when we're heating up at the moment, you want to find a park down in Manly. Good luck. So yeah, I think that was probably the funnily enough, the biggest thing was just like, having to make sure that you service every customer that's come and visit your open, but make sure you're giving yourself enough time to get to the next one on time. That was definitely a bit of fun.
It's definitely an art, a finely tuned art.
Yeah, definitely.
It's military.
You can get lost in conversation. You can get lost in conversation at an open, and next thing you know, you're over, and next thing you know, you're rushing to the next place.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, so yeah, no, it was good, but you definitely learn how to utilize your time. Being in real estate, time seems to be everything, and you can never get enough of it.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Billy, you got a question?
I found even in 4 weeks, it's amazing how quickly you just picked up the small bits. It looks pretty effortless. Looks good from the outside. I have to say the process is probably week 1 for me. I don't know about you, were probably the hardest thing to get my head around, just the new software. But other than that, it's the same sort of process of just talking to people and helping. I think it's like matchmaking. It's like dating, putting people with problems.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting. Definitely agree there. I mean, yeah.
So, Josh, what are you excited about after your first 4 weeks of real estate? Anyone who's just tuned in, we're talking about Josh's first 4 weeks in real estate, cold, coming from out of the industry into the industry. What are the things you're excited about the most for the future of real estate?
I think it's got to be like just building a really good relationships in the area. I think having a bit of exposure to both the commercial and the residential side. Building relationships in your local community. I mean, even 4 weeks in, I've taken around certain people for certain commercial businesses that have, could be Bikram yoga or, whatever it may be. And, hey, come down, come visit, come check out a class. I think the whole idea of being able to serve my community and in return, my good service and my good faith, it's going to open up so many experiences for me in the future, and it's really going to make my experience here on the Northern Beaches something to really treasure. So yeah, that's probably number 1 on my list: building really good key relationships around the Northern Beaches.
Yeah, nice. And when you're within the office, when you're rocking around the office, who have been like the people where you've like, I've got something to learn from those people, and what are those traits been? So, for example, has there been someone where you've seen them do something you thought, yeah, that's clever. I need more of that juice. Like, where who are the key learnings from so far for people around the office? Minus me, because I'm not looking for a
plug.
Yeah, no, definitely Bill, the way he carries himself, it is something to admire, and the way that he handles his customers and his constant care.
I'm not the plug either, but thank you.
But yeah, definitely Bill. Badan in the office is really good.
It's nice that it's relatable. Hey, I think it's just it's cool that we're all on the same page.
Yeah, and I think like it's more so just the energy here in Novak. And of course, it comes from the top, and Lisa included. It's what I love is the work hard attitude. Is you get in early, you get in late, you do the job, and something that Mark left with me from the beginning is do everything at 100%. That when he said that to me, that sort of stuck with me, and it sort of makes you feel as though even something that you don't expect may be an opportunity, and you just by giving that 100%, you don't know what there may be nothing that comes out of it, but by the 10th person, whatever it may be, there's going to be a time that something turns around back and presents an opportunity, for you giving that effort constantly. So I feel like it's definitely like character building, and that's everyone in the office. So being around good people, you're only, it's only going to rub off on you, and that's something I've really enjoyed here.
Saturday night
First
drinks.
4
Is
weeks
that
in real estate. First 4 weeks in real estate with Jazzy Josh. How exciting! Well done, mate. You smashed it. Anything
Thank
else
you.
to add, lads, before we go?
No.
No. I think, definitely look, if anyone's looking to get in, and you're worried about it being something new, my advice is just jump in there and give it a go. You're never going to know until you give something a go, and you might find out that, like me, it's your perfect spot, and you're happy as Larry.
Could be here on every Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly, every Wednesday.
Take care, lads.
Have a good day. See you later.
See ya. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.